Robb discovered that the optimal human diet is one that most closely mimics our ancestral way of eating, before the invention of ultra-processed foods. Both of us have dealt with severe digestive issues, have minds that question everything, and are always looking to find the truth behind commonly held beliefs. In addition to our first-hand experience with food production and our deep backgrounds in science, we've read many books, interviewed experts, and have attended a remarkable number of conferences on agriculture. When we met, we quickly bonded over our interest not only in optimal human health, but in discovering which food production methods were best from a sustainability perspective. For various reasons, the majority of health experts seem to have little, if any, first-hand knowledge or formal education in food production and sustainability. When Diana was in her graduate nutrition program, the only class on food procurement focused solely on how to obtain food service commodities at the lowest price. No thought was given to where and how that food was actually grown. And on the other side, most agriculture and environmental experts tend not to consider optimal human nutritional needs in their arguments. Everyone seems to be tackling the future of food from their individual silos, with little knowledge or appreciation of the system as a whole. So the intersection of this Venn diagram is something not many have explored. Optimal human food and regenerative agriculture. Where do they overlap? To us, it makes perfect sense that we should strive for a diet that closely mimics what humans have evolved to eat, and implement agricultural systems that follow nature as much as possible. In this book, we'll walk you through how we came to these conclusions. We have been talking about the ideas in this book for many years. Robb's first public discussion on the ethical, health, and environmental considerations of a meat-inclusive food system was in 2006. But the amount of work required to intelligently unpack these complex arguments seemed daunting. And it still was, even when we wrote this book, to be honest. And yet, now is the time to have this discussion. The debate is picking up momentum in the food world. Folks are giving more and more attention to finding a diet that will both feed a growing population and preserve the planet. Both of us have spent an enormous amount of time studying this topic and attempting to poke holes in not just our conclusions, but the conclusions of the source material we cite throughout this work. Through our research, what we've discovered is that, contrary to the popular narrative, red meat is one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. Indeed, the extent of access to nutrient-dense animal products such as meat is one of the greatest distinguishers between the poor and wealthy in developed or developing countries. Perhaps more controversially, when raised properly, cattle and other grazers may be one of our most promising tools toward mitigating climate change. Who this book is for? We want to be clear, this book is not anti-vegan. Oftentimes, strong feelings come into play when deciding what to eat, and there's a large body of psychological research establishing that it's almost impossible to sway people who have made emotional decisions. However, we feel that with a complete understanding of the nutritional and environmental argument for better meat, a more nuanced ethical discussion can begin to take place. In our increasingly polarized world, where it's all or nothing, this book is here to introduce some much-needed nuance. If you're an ethical omnivore concerned about the environmental impact of your food choices, this book is for you. If you're a vegetarian or vegan but are considering eating meat again, like Robb was, this book is for you. If you're familiar with how cattle can be part of a regenerative food system but still worried red meat will kill you, this book is for you. If you're open to science, then this book is definitely for you. Now, some will say that we are writing this material to support positions set forth in our previous work. Robb is a paleo diet expert, and Diana has written 2 paleo cookbooks. But you'll find that many of our conclusions are at odds with deeply held beliefs in the ancestral health community. Perhaps most glaring, although grass-fed meat may be superior from a sustainability perspective, current research indicates that it is only marginally different from conventionally raised meat when it comes to health and nutrients. Adherents of both veganism and the paleo diet will take issue with much of what we have to say, and that puts us in an unenviable position as authors.